Oh boy, buckle up because the Clarence House tea party was anything but jolly. Prince Harry, or Harold the Hapless, as the internet's now calling him, finally had his much-anticipated sit-down with King Charles. But judging by the look on his face when he left, this wasn't a warm father-son hug session. He looked less like a prince and more like a guy who just got told to Venmo his own Uber fare home. Here's how it went down. Harry popped into Clarence House for what was billed as a private chat with his dad. Reports claim he was inside for about 55 minutes. But let's be real, half that time was probably security frisking him for hidden microphones and Apple AirTags. The actual meeting, sources say maybe 20 minutes, tops. Long enough for Charles to sip his tea, give a polite nod, and gently remind Harry that, no, he's not getting a refund on his Netflix subscription. What did Harold want? Oh, you can bet there was a shopping list. Demands about money, demands about titles, maybe even a request to cover those nasty court costs piling up back in California. And Charles? He likely hit him with the royal equivalent of thoughts and prayers. Asterisk asterisk. The look on Harry's face as he left Clarence House says it all. Priceless. You don't need a psychology degree to read it. This was the face of a man who 1. Didn't get what he wanted, 2. Got a reality check, and 3. Realized he'd have to explain it all to Meghan. And you just know she's back in California, waiting by the phone like a defense attorney preparing cross-examination. So did you get the money? Did Charles agree to security? Did he apologize to me? Harry probably spent half the cab ride home rehearsing excuses. But here's where it gets even juicier. Camilla was reportedly in the room too, which means Harry had to sit there, trying to negotiate with his dad while the stepmom he publicly trashed in Spare sat across the table, sipping Earl Grey and giving him side-eye. Awkward doesn't even cover it. Imagine asking for £1 million while the woman you painted as a villain in your memoir is silently judging your every word. Brutal. And then, less than an hour later, Harry's smiling at an Invictus Games reception like nothing happened. Except everyone's seen the photos. That thundercloud face leaving Clarence House is the real story. And sorry, Harold, you can't PR spin your way out of that. And now, we all know what's coming next. The leaks. Cue People magazine exclusives about reconciliation. Emotional heart-to-hearts and Charles opening his arms to his son. Meanwhile, the reality check is crystal clear. Harry left looking like a scolded puppy who just got smacked with a rolled-up newspaper. The bigger picture? Charles is no fool. He knows Harry's game. A quick visit here, a staged smile there, and boom, suddenly, Oprah 2.0 is back on the calendar. Only this time, we'll hear lines like, "My father gave me lukewarm tea as a metaphor for our cold relationship." Netflix ready. Every step of the way. But strip away the PR fluff and what's left? A 55-minute pit stop that looked more like a failed loan application than a family reunion. A father who's running out of patience. A stepmother who will never forget what he wrote. And a son who walked away empty-handed. Except for the excuses he'll now have to feed Meghan. So what's next? Give it a week. Expect tabloid healing stories, paired with dramatic whispers about Charles being on borrowed time. But the rain-streaked window, the clenched jaw, the seething eyes, that's the truth. Not a prince reconciled. Just Harold the Hapless, slinking home with nothing but excuses.